The beauty of black women comes in a wide range of tones, textures, and hues. From the early days of fashion to current day couture, black models have graced the pages of global publications, strut runways, and helped set the tone for trends. Whether in front of the camera or helping create the careers of some of the greatest fashion talent the world's ever seen, there are countless black women in fashion who deserve flowers. Let's take a look back at Donyale Luna, Bethann Hardison, and Mama Cax, three trailblazing black women who've made history in fashion. Born in Detroit, Michigan, Peggy Ann Freeman, aka Donyale Luna, was frequently dressed in all black from head to toe, fed pigeons popcorn, and frequently walked around barefoot. However, her striking presence, slender physique, and unconventional mannerisms grabbed the attention of fashion industry heavyweights. She was discovered by English photographer David McCabe in 1963, and later signed by Harper's Bazaar's editor Nancy White in 1964. That same year, she appeared in her first model shoot for Mademoiselle magazine starring Woody Allen. In January 1965, Luna became the first black woman to grace the cover of Harper's Bazaar, the first in their 98-year history, along with another appearance in a later issue that year with model Jean Shrimpton, Ringo Starr, and Paul McCartney. 1966 saw Donyale Luna making more inroads with an appearance in British Vogue, making Luna the first black woman to appear in any Vogue magazine. The same year she appeared in Cosmopolitan, American Vogue named her Model of the Year, and Jet magazine named Luna the most photographed girl of 1966. Donyale Luna would go on to model and live in Europe. Donyale appeared in several fashion shoots, movies, and made her way into social circles, making friends with celebs including Miles Davis, Mick Jagger, John Lennon, and Yoko Ono. Heavily influenced by the surrealism and New Age movements, Donyale helped usher in the mod era in London. She modeled for couturiers including Pierre Cardin, Christian Dior, and Yves Saint Laurent. Donyale Luna's accomplishments paved the way for future black models, including Naomi Sims, Pat Cleveland, and Beverly Johnson. During an interview in 2016, Johnson paid homage to Luna, sharing admiration for her groundbreaking strides that opened the door for Johnson and future black supermodels. "She was one of those legends in our industry, one of the shoulders I stood on," Johnson noted. Bethann Hardison, model and current-day activist for equality in fashion, are responsible for black imagery in the fashion industry. She was discovered by the most commercially successful African-American streetwear designer, Willie Smith. Bethann modeled during the 1970s alongside established names including Iman and Pat Cleveland. She famously modeled in the Battle of Versailles fashion show in 1973, which pitted French couturiers Yves Saint Laurent, Pierre Cardin, Emmanuel Ungaro, Marc Bohan, and Hubert de Givenchy amongst the top American designers at the time: Oscar de la Renta, Halston, Bill Blass, Anne Klein, and Stephen Burrows. Burrows is one of the first African-American fashion designers to sell internationally and develop a high-profile clientele. While Hardison successfully modeled, she was business-minded. In 1980, she became a booking agent at startup Click Models, where she represented a teenage Whitney Houston, began producing fashion shows, and managed public relations for fashion houses. Hardison's work sought to diversify the fashion industry. In 1984, she founded the Bethann Management Agency, whose goal was to promote black models. In 1988, she began playing a larger role as an activist by forming Black Girls Coalition along with a friend and model, Iman. The organization advocated for and supported African-American models as they navigated the fashion industry. Hardison would later produce television, serve as a consultant for the Council of Fashion Designers of America, Gucci, and was appointed editor-at-large to Vogue Italia. She has been recognized with accolades and awards for constantly championing diversity in fashion. Most recently, Bethann was the subject of the 2023 Sundance film entry, Invisible Beauty, chronicling her efforts to effect change in the fashion industry, co-directed with critically acclaimed Frederic Chang. Cacsmy Brutus, affectionately known as Mama Cax, was a Brooklyn-born Haitian-American supermodel and disability rights activist. A life-threatening illness changed her life when her right leg was amputated and she began wearing a prosthetic leg. During a 2016 fashion show held at the White House by then President Barack and First Lady Michelle Obama, Mama Cax gained the spotlight. Cax went on to model for Tommy Hilfiger, Chromat, Sephora, and Fenty Beauty. In 2018, she walked during New York's Fashion Week, became the face of Olay's summer sunscreen marketing campaign, and participated in the New York Marathon from a wheelchair. Mama Cax tragically lost her battle with health issues in 2019. However, she was honored with a Google Doodle during Black History Month by Google in 2023. Mama Cax became and remains a pillar of perseverance and beauty for the disabled and the African diaspora. Donyale Luna, Bethann Hardison, and Mama Cax are three luminaries that defied conventional beauty norms and significantly elevated the presence of black models in mainstream fashion. Their trailblazing achievements play a pivotal part in fashion and women's history as role models for black women, young and old.